Hello guys, welcome to the automationtesthub.com. So today I'm going to discuss a very simple, very important topic is Selendroid. So basically in Selenium we have three versions. First one is Selenium RC, and then Selenium 2.0. WebDriver comes under Selenium 2.0. Right now Selenium 3.0 is very popular in the market, and Selendroid and APM comes under this Selenium 3.0. So what is APM we will discuss in the later class, but today in today's class I am going to discuss about the Selendroid. So these are the topics that we are going to cover in today's class. So first of all, what is Selendroid and what type of mobile apps uh, are in the market, the requirement of softwares that we have to require for Selendroid, how we can configure the Selendroid, and how to start Selendroid server and how to add app to Selendroid server. And after that we will execute one script on Selendroid test app, and then we will try to understand how we can inspect the locator into the mobile applications. So these things we are going to cover in today's class. So first of all, I would like to know about what is Selendroid. So Selendroid is basically a open source tool which is integrated with Selenium, a web driver, through which we can test our mobile applications. So in today's market, mobile equipment is very popular. Everybody is using mobile for calling purpose, for the use of various apps, and for game purpose. So if mobile is popular in the market, then the software industry introduce a mobile testing also. So for the testing of mobile apps we need a tool. So Selendroid and APM, various tools we have. So but the basic advantage of Selendroid is these and APM, these are open source, no license we have to require. And but we have another tools in the market like Perfecto Mobile that can be integrated with QTP, and we can use for mobile testing, but we have to require a license for that. So forget the Perfecto Mobile right now. So the Selendroid is basically a open source tool which we can use for mobile application testing. So in the mobile market, first of all we have to understand what type of mobile apps are going to develop in the market. So like in if we are discussing about the type of mobile apps, then we have three type of mobile apps in the market. First one is core app, or you can say it's a native app, and second one is web app, and third one is hybrid app. So what is core app? Like core app, if we install any kind of software is itself in the mobile, and the setup of that particular apps and whatever the files that they have to be required is itself in the mobile, then you can say that kind of app comes under the native app. And what is web app? If you are talking about the web app, then web app is if like a software that has been installed in mobile, but the 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 particular application fetching the data from the web servers. Okay, so internet connections we have to be required for web app. Okay, but core app, native app can be worked without the connection of internet. Okay, and hybrid app is, you can say, it's a combinations of a core app and web app. So like a Flipkart is an example of hybrid app, because for Flipkart we have to be install Flipkart applications on our mobile, and if we want to be purchase anything through this Flipkart site, then the request will go to the web server, and whatever the request I have sent to the server, then we will get the response. So Flipkart is an example of hybrid app, and in web app, if you are asking any example of for web app, then Facebook is an good example of web app. So these kind of applications developers are developing for mobile areas, and as a testers we have to test these three types of mobile applications through the tool or manually, you can say. The very important topic is like uh, what requirement we have to be uh, installed for Selendroid. So this is a very important topic, because if we are not aware about the requirement which need Selendroid, then we cannot do anything with the Selendroid. So first of all, what all are these requirements, we have to understand that first. So first of all, we need a SDK. SDK. So from where we will get this SDK, the site URL is developer.android.com SDK. So right now you will get two options over here: download the Android SDK bundle for Android Studio, or the standalone SDK tools. So I have to be we have to be download only standalone SDK tools. Okay, don't download Android SDK bundle for Android Studio, uh, because it will not support the Eclipse. Okay, and we will use with our WebDriver, then we have to be require Eclipse. So we need to install only standalone SDK tools. Okay, so first of all we have to require SDK tools, and the important thing is we have to be require as like WebDriver Java or JDK. So JDK we can download from this Oracle site, oracle.com tech network. Just click on this Java download button, you will get the option like that. Let me explain you. You will get this exe. Whenever you install this particular exe, you will, after installation, you will get two folders in the program files. Folder name is or folder names are under Java. You will see JDK and JRE. So after installation of this JDK file, you will get these two folders under the program files. Okay, so first we need SDK, and then we need Java or JRE, and then we have to be download Eclipse. Normal Eclipse will not work with this Selendroid, so we have to be download Eclipse Kepler, because various features for mobile testings we will find out in this Eclipse Kepler. So we have to be download Eclipse Kepler, and after that we have to be require some jars. Okay, so this is the official site of Selendroid, selendroid.io. You will get the more details how we can install Selendroid and all in this side, and whatever the requirements we have to be used for Selendroid, we can also find out from this official site. So the main jar is like download, like this is Selendroid standalone jar. So this is a very important jar. Just note down this particular jar name, and you can download this particular jar from this particular site. Okay, and we need more jars. The jar names are, hold for a moment, I have already downloaded those jars. The jars names are The jar we can download from the official site selendroid.io, and these Selendroid client we need, Selendroid Java we need, and Selenium Java and Selenium Server standalone 2.4.0 we need. So these four jars we can download from automationtesthub.com. I have already uploaded these jars from automationtesthub.com. So guys, you can download these four jars from automationtesthub.com. Okay. And one important thing, we need a one APK file on which we are going to test our Selendroid script. So here I'm taking an example of Selendroid test app. So Selendroid provide a one applications for testing. So that would be a Selendroid test app. So I have already download this particular Selendroid test app. Okay, and from where you can get this, let me check. Yeah, you can download that particular APK from this Selendroid.io. This is the official site of Selendroid. So when we click on this particular download APK, you will get that particular APK like Selendroid test app 0.11.0 APK. Okay guys, so these are the softwares that we have to be required for Selendroid purpose. So after downloading these things, we have to be configure some paths. Okay, we have to be configure our system variables. Okay, environment variable. So how we have to be configure, let's see. Go to the my computer properties, and open the advanced system settings over here, and click on this environment variables button. And whether I have already created these system variables, if but so I'm going to explain you how we have to be create these system variables and what we have to be provide in these system variables. So let's see. Please guys, this is a very important thing, because this configuration is very important, and without these configurations Selendroid will not work. So please write down these things very carefully. Okay, so first of all, I have just create a one system variable. The name you can put here is as a Android underscore home, and provide the path here till SDK. Okay, so I have already let's give me a moment. Okay, in software folder I have kept my SDK with this SDK in Selendroid software. Okay, so till SDK, whatever the path, I have to be providing this variable Android underscore home. Okay, so this is the first configurations for SDK. Just click on OK. Okay, now I have created another one is for Java. Okay, so in program files, after installations we get two folders under program files are, go to the Java, okay, and JDK and JRE. So here I have created one system variable as Java underscore home. So here I have to provide the path till JDK 1.70 underscore 40. Okay, so just copy that particular path from here and paste it over here. Okay, now this is the second configuration second step of your configuration. Okay, now third step is create another system variable is gre underscore home. Provide the path till gre7. Okay, just copy that particular path and put in this particular variable value. Click on ok button. So this is the third step of your configuration. Guys, please concentrate very carefully in this configuration part, because without this configurations Selendroid will not work. Okay, and another one, after configuring these things, the fourth step would be open the path system variable. Okay, and we have to be provide over here three paths. Okay, what are those path? First one is, let me explain you. Go to the your SDK folder. Where your SDK folder is? SDK folder, and click on this build tools. Okay, copy this path till build tools. Okay, and another one is platform tools. Okay, copy this part till platform tools. Okay, and paste this paste these two path into the system variables. I have already pasted over here. This is till platform tools, and another path is till tools. Okay, so this is the fourth step of our configurations. Now fifth step and the last step is we have to provide another two path over here. Okay, don't close it. Open the program files over here. Come to the JDK and click on this bin and copy this particular path, and now then come to the JRE and click on this bin folder and copy this path and paste these two paths under this variable value after semicolon. I have already pasted this particular URL in this variable value. Let me check. Okay, this one for GRE till bin. Okay, and another one is for JDK till bin. Okay, so these are the very important and must configurations which we have to be do before working on Selendroid. Okay guys, so what we have discussed till, what is Selendroid and what type of mobile apps developing in the market, and the requirements of software which we have to require for Selendroid, and how we configure the Selendroid. Okay, now everything is configured. So open the Eclipse. I'm assuming that we have already uh, downloaded the Eclipse. Okay, so let me explain you what is the, we have to require Eclipse Kepler, so we can download this Eclipse Kepler from eclipse.org. Okay, I have already downloaded it, so I have to be open it. Let me open how this particular Eclipse look. This is okay. Let me open this Eclipse Kepler. let's open it. So before starting Eclipse, let's do some other tasks which we have to require for Selendroid. So first of all, create one folder in any drive. So I have already created one folder here in D drive. The name is Android workspace. Okay, and under under Sally, I have pasted some files. So what are these files? So just create a one folder and keep these all these four files over here and one apk file in the same folder. Okay guys, please keep in your mind what I'm doing right now. Just create a one folder, okay, and paste all these four files related to Selendroid and one apk file in the same folder. Okay, so I have already pasted these files in under the Sally folder. Okay, then I think Eclipse is open, so just oh, it's already in debug mode. Let me open in Java mode. Okay, so this is the Eclipse which we are using for Selendroid. Okay, so in this Eclipse you are seeing a lot of extra options over here. This is the like Android virtual device manager, so you will get this particular option in uh, Kepler type Eclipse. Okay, so what is this? We need to understand this first. This is basically used to launch a emulator. So yeah, before proceeding on to the next topic, first we need to understand what is emulator. So this is the advantage you can say for Selendroid. Selendroid can work on emulator as well as on BL devices, BL mobile devices. So what is emulator? Emulator basically a replica of your mobile device. If we don't have a hard, if we don't have a mobile device in reality, we can create a sample, we can create a replica at your desktop of that particular mobile. So this emulator, this AVD, Android virtual device, create a emulator for you. So I have already created one emulator. Then if you are new one, then how you have to create this? Just click on this create button. You will get a option over this AVD name. Just provide any name over here and select the device which you want to be used for your testing. Like I have selected over here Nexus 4, and whatever the Android version this Nexus 4 is using, automatically it will be selected, and we have to provide a skin over here, or like whatever the skins we have to we require we can use over here. And after that, just we have to click in OK button, then emulator will be created like that. Okay, after creation of this particular emulator, just select this particular emulator and click on start button and click on this launch button, then emulator will be launched. It's a time taking job. It will Eclipse AVD take around 1 or 2 minutes to launch a particular emulator. Okay, so let's wait. It's launching. Yep, emulator is launched, but it's not completely launch. Some specific things are uploading in emulator. So when the home screen will come, then you can say that the emulator successfully launched. So let's wait till home screen launch. Okay, now once this particular thing is launched, let's do some other task. So in Eclipse, just as a web driver, just create a one project over here, like I have already created here Selendroid test, and whatever the libraries we have downloaded for Selendroid, just uploaded over here through this build path configurations and all, and also configure your WebDriver files with this particular project. Okay, these are the Selendroid jar files. Okay, and because it's a WebDriver, so we have to be upload WebDriver jar files also. Under src, create a one class file, and what is that code I will explain you later. Just create this particular folder structures first. I think it is launched right now. No, it's not launched because launching process will complete when this home screen will be generated over here. Okay, well, just create this particular folder structures over here. Don't concentrate on this particular code. I will explain you what is that exactly code is doing. Okay, okay, I think it's done. I think it's done. Yep, now the emulator is launched successfully. So I have to be, so guys, you are seeing that this particular emulator is looks like your mobile device. So whatever the testing we want to be performed, we can do this with this emulator also. Okay, it's a replica of your mobile device. If we are not going to use any hard device, then we can do our testing in this particular emulator. We have to create that emulator as per our requirement. Okay, once once you have, when you created this particular folder structures over here and the emulator is launched, then before these things we have to be create, we have to be start Selendroid server. How Selendroid server is start, how we add the Selendroid app, any app, not Selendroid app, to the Selendroid server, then we have to be learn these things. So first of all, just open the command prompt over here and reach to that folder where you keep all the jar files and apk file in the same folder. So I have already uh, saved these all these files in under the Seli folder into the D drive. So I have to reach to D drive. So D dot colon, put enter over here and change the directory till Silly. Okay, paste it over here, click on enter button. Now I have reached to the Silly folder. Okay guys, this is a very important command which we have to be used before executing any script on Selendroid. We have to be start Selendroid server over here. So what is the that exactly command which we have to be execute over here? The command is, just let me copy that. I have already written in my notepad. This is the command is java hash jar. Now this is the name of the file of this Selendroid standalone 0.11.0 with dependent. Just copy this name and paste it over here and put the .jar after the name of this particular jar file, then slash gap space hash aut and write down the app name which you are going to use to test. So I'm going to test Selendroid test app. So just write down the name of that particular apk over here, .apk, and click on the enter button. Then you will get a lot of lines on CMD. how you will how you will know that server is started. I will explain you. Wait. Okay, yeah. Now Selendroid standalone server has been started on port 444. This CMD respond a port number and you will get this message. Okay, then it means your Selendroid server has been added, and whatever the applications you are going to test, it's already added into the that server. Okay, so this is the requirement before going to execute any scripts in the Selendroid. Right now Selendroid server is in start mode. Okay, so just come to the Eclipse. Okay, create a one class over here. Class name is Selendroid test, and this is the class Selendroid configurations, where we have to be pass our APK name. Okay, create a one object config and add support test of Selendroid test APK. Just this is the name of APK which we have already used in the CMD also. And then now this is the command to launch the Selendroid. Okay, Selendroid will launch with this command, and whatever the APK we have will launch on the Selendroid. Okay, and we have to create some Selendroid capabilities. So what argument we have to pass in the capabilities? This is the requirement. This is the very must step which we have to be used in Selendroid. We have to be create capabilities. So what is that capabilities? I will explain you in the later class. So right now just try to understand. You have to be create a capabilities for Selendroid, and you are seeing this particular ID. How you will get this particular ID? After starting the server, just go to the Firefox and write down this particular URL. You have to be paste this URL on your browser and just click on the enter button. Then you will get some lines and you will find out this particular app ID over here. Let me check where is this particular app ID. This particular app ID. Yep, this is the app ID which we have to be copy from this particular page, and we have to paste under the capabilities. Okay, after that as like WebDriver we have to write the code. Like I have created a one object as in driver over here for Selendroid driver, and whatever the web element we are going to use, we are going to work, then we have to write the code for that particular web element, and I'm performing to write something in this particular web element as a Selendroid. So how this particular code is working, we will explain you after the execution of this particular line of code. Okay, so just I'm executing my scripts. Don't confuse guys, I will explain you from where you will get this my text file ID, how to inspect the locator from the mobile applications. Then I will explain you. Right now just try to understand. Just we have to be add your app name over here. Okay, and then we have to be launch the Selendroid. Okay, and then we have to be create a Selendroid capabilities by passing the app ID over here, which we can generate from this path localhost colon 444 slash wd slash hub slash status. Okay, then as a web driver we have to be work on the particular app. Okay, like we have to find out the locator name or whatever the operations we have to be performed. Just we have to write the code as web driver over here. Okay, so guys, I'm executing this particular script over here. Okay, just see the emulator, what is going on the emulator. Something is going on emulator will launch a Selendroid app test and write down the Selendroid text into a particular web edit field. Yeah, Selendroid test app is launched, and it will write Selendroid over here. Yeah, Selendroid is written over here. So this is the test which we have written right now in our Eclipse. Okay, till Selendroid. Okay, so like that we can work on any apps which we are using in mobile apps. Okay, so how you will get this particular my text field locator? Okay, so let me explain you. First of all, let me close this CMD again, and I have to be set my emulator on home screen. Okay, again I have to be click on CMD and need to write the same commands over here. Change the directory and run the command which we are going to use to store the Selendroid server. Okay, now Selendroid server has been started. Okay, so if we want to find out the properties of objects locator for that particular objects, then first of all we have to be put our code into a debug mode. Okay, and put a breakpoint somewhere else where we have to be find out the object properties. Okay, so from this command till now we will emulator will launch the Selendroid test applications. Okay, and then we have to be identify the properties of the fields or buttons which are coming on Selendroid test app. So I have put it breakpoint over here and run my code in the debug mode. Okay, let me check Selendroid apps. We have to be wait till emulator launch Selendroid app test. Now Selendroid test app is launched right now, and my code is stop on the selected breakpoint statement. Now now go to the any browser. I'm using Mozilla Firefox over here. So write down one URL over here, inspector or something, inspector. This is okay. So when we click on this particular URL, you will see your mobile screen over here. Okay, this is the very good feature which provided by the inspector to get the locators from the mobile apps. Okay, so just click on this inspector link. Let's see what will happen. Okay guys, whatever the screen which is already opened in our emulator are displaying in this particular inspector screen. Okay, but this particular screen will work, this inspector will work only whenever our code is in debug mode. Okay, so like I have to be work on this particular edit field, so just I have to click on this particular object and you will get the statement. Okay, driver dot find element by xpath. Through xpath we can use, and the id is my text fields, and I have already and I am using this particular id in my code for this particular web field, the same my text field. If we want to click in display in text view, just click on this particular button, then you will get the properties of this particular button over here, and we can use this particular value of that particular button in our code. So like that we can work on any applications which we are using in mobile apps. So this inspector is a very important part. This is a very important feature of Selendroid which we can use to get the values of the objects from the mobile apps. So guys, this class has been done right now. Selendroid topic is done. So at your home, just try to do lot of exercise on more apps with the use of Selendroid to get the confidence on Selendroid 2. In the next lecture, we will discuss what is APM. So guys, bye bye and take care. We will meet you in the next class.